Well, thanks everybody for coming to the meeting. A few things. First matter we had was the audit and approve the bills. Everybody take a look at the bills. And if so, could I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Jim. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Just this here, nothing to vote on, but I completed the Census Bureau survey for boundaries. I took care of all that, and they sent us a letter that it was complete, and I gave it to Carol, make a copy to put in the file. So, Gail, is there anything else we have to do after I complete the surveys and everything? Okay, well, I didn't know if it was just, okay.
It used to be handled by the planner and the engineer, and then those positions slowly went away, and no one really
Okay.
was doing anything.
Well, I did it, so it's all done, and I put it online, so if you guys want to look at it, and I also put a link too for census for the town, population and all that. All right, proposed refunding a 2009 bond resolution. We have the packet here from Oric on that, and I wanted to pass the resolution. Those are refunded 2009 bonds. There was a total savings, I believe, of $125,000.
Yeah, I've reviewed it.
Okay.
It was prepared by Oric.
I make a motion.
All right, motion by Rich,
Second. Second.
second by Dave. Discussion. Just one thing I wanted to say was with the bonds, they were for multiple purposes. In the bond, there's no way to break it out for scheduling in the, doing the bond. I guess some went to trucks, some went to other things, stormwater on there. There's no way they can break it up, so it's a full package. If we want to break it up, we'd have to do it in our budget to show where the money's funding. So I did ask that question. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous? Do you have the packet to sign? Or you want to?
I don't know.
Right here.
You got it.
Yeah. So you have
I may have to.
to fill this and give it to Gail. Okay.
Is that the refunding?
Yeah, it's the refunding.
I've got copies over here.
We have that. Do you want to use yours? You want to use this or yours?
Well,
I can use
you had the refunding and also the other bonds?
I have the refunding, and then the, trucks.
Okay, okay.
And then the,
Computer stuff.
yeah.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right. So that, I guess, fill out and then we go out to put it in the paper?
So, you're gonna have.
Also
each
enclosed
one
is a legal
separately?
notice of the
Okay.
stop and
Yeah.
cage.
Yeah, we're gonna handle each one separately. Okay. All right, equipment, the capital bond, need to do the resolution. That was the equipment that we approved, last meeting. I have here all the paperwork from again work. Total for all the equipment, from DPW, with all the trucks, is the $1,094,528, which, Rick put in the grants for 2 trucks and, the chipper. How are we with the chipper? We gotta still do that one?
Yeah. and
Okay.
2 leafers.
Okay, so you'll
Five
probably,
pieces of equipment.
in the year 1 through 3, probably gonna bring back about 480,000 of this money that we paid down the vans before we go to bond. So, okay, so those are also into that Rick's worked on. So can I have a motion to approve, the resolution for the highway, heavy equipment, highway department equipment?
I'll move it.
Second. Motion by Rich, second by Phil. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Second one is the equipment for all the IT infrastructure upgrades, also the accounting software and payroll systems software that's in here. It was a total of $282,201. If I can have an approval to go out and do the resolution for that.
So moved.
Motion by Dave, second by Phil. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll put that here. That's for the. All right, next thing, discuss development agreement with the Meadows. Meadows came in, they wanted to change their bond. They've asked me to rescind the bond that they currently had. I told them that I won't rescind anything until they have the new bond in place. So, you know, if that's okay with you, we're gonna wait, and once we get the new bond in place and it's approved by Herb and Joe, then we'll go ahead and rescind the old bond. And if it's all to the specs and everything of the program, and make sure that the stormwater management is, you know, overlooked.
Why are they rescinding? Why do they want to rescind it? Financial?
Yeah, well, Herb, maybe you can, what would be the best reason why they're really rescinding the bond? Is it because the project changed?
I think the project changed.
Yeah, there was a change order in it, and that was really the reason for it. So,
Is it a substantial change to the parcel?
well, they have to go back to the planning board and the
Well, that's
codes
what I'm
department.
getting
Yeah,
at.
that's not on,
It's
they're,
right on Mud Creek.
yeah, I told them they have to go through the proper
Okay,
channels.
okay.
But my thing is, I'm just saying is, they've requested to rescind it, and I said no. I said I would ask the board, but I said no. I said until they have a bond in place that's, takes care of the new issues, that was it. So they did request it, I just wanted to put you guys on notice that that's what they requested.
So
They also requested that the contractor be taken out of for liability. I also said no too, until the project was complete. So, that's all.
Okay.
All right, so there's nothing to vote on, I just wanted to give you an update that.
Isn't it the one where the elevations had to change? That was my
I think they
recollection.
took a floor off.
Right,
didn't they?
that's,
Yeah.
remember, that was the,
Here, actually, it's all right in here, exactly what it is.
They raised the
So if
rate
you
of
want,
the
you can
building.
have that, I got it.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that if there's a substantial change, they go back to the planning.
Well, I told them that, that's what
And
they
I'm
had.
sure they know that, but
They had to raise the height of the buildings there, right?
right, that's what it was.
Yep. All right, so that's it. Discuss Home Depot certiorari. I spoke with Dan Vincelette on this issue. We looked at the numbers that were here. His recommendation was that there's only a 30% chance of winning the case. He said less than 50. The numbers, I think, that were out in the last trial were fair numbers, you know, for national standards for Home Depot big box stores. Instead of him going ahead, I know Pat authorized to go with appeal last year, but so far, last year it cost us $5,800, and he's still got about another $15,000 left. So with your approval, I'd like to cancel it. I don't really see we're going anywhere. We're gonna spend another $15,000 and,
Are we prepared to settle on it?
well, no, it's, the case
that's
is done.
done.
This is an appeal.
Oh, appeal.
But we have appeal, we're not gonna win.
Okay.
What
And then-
happens is when you go on appeal from Rochester, the only thing that can be reviewed are the issues of law, not the findings of
Okay.
fact. And I happened to speak to Dan as well today, because he wanted to let me know, he knew how badly we felt about the Sangertown decision.
Right.
He just got done trying a similar mall in Plattsburgh that was assessed at just under 50 million, and the judge up there threw out their appraisal and went with the developer's appraisal in total and reduced it from 50 million to 24 million. And they went through a week trial, and he said, and I happened to be with the attorney that represented the school this morning, and she said it was just awful. She said, Judge did not listen to them at all and cut it in half,
Right.
over half, over
Yeah.
a 50% reduction. He said, you know, that he had spoken to Paul, and he thinks this is probably the best way to go on this. He said, you're spending good money after bad.
And just so you know, currently, oh, sorry, Rich.
Those are for you. Okay.
Just so you know, looking at the numbers, the decision that was made was a good, I mean, it was a fair decision, because they're at a 7.5% cap for big box store, $82 a square foot. So it's not like we're getting hit hard over the head. I mean, these are just normal.
That's the way it is, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, so, but we're not gonna get it any better. And again, we're $5,800 to last year's budget. So probably the first thing I guess I asked for is permission to sign an item for last year's budget, because this still hasn't been paid from last year, $5,873.
Make motion.
Motion by Jim,
Second.
second by Phil, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Okay, and then the second thing I'm asking for is, I guess, to end the appeal process. for Whitewater's Home Depot, with no additional charges or costs to the town of Hartford.
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Jim. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
You want to
Mhm.
hand that in, I guess? All right, this is just small, but, I went out and got plans over at Staples, but because I went out and did it, I had to use my own credit card, we still don't have the credit card yet.
Here we go again.
Yep, $26.49, but can't sign my own voucher, so I guess, I ask if you guys can sign this for me. So that's it for $26.49, anyway. FEMA program, as you know, the house that we went out to rebid for, again, third bid, got the higher bid. It was 30% more than the first bid that Town of New Hartford received. In finding that out, two of the people that are on the same street with a house next door, to make it all fair, they already signed their contracts agreeing to the old price, taking in good faith that the appraisal that they had was fair. So if it's okay with you guys, I would like to just reopen it. I called the state, they're fine with that because they couldn't believe there was such a discrepancy in the last appraisal. So they have no issues, it's up to us if we wanna reopen it for those two homes, since they're on the same street. Just to give an opportunity to them to at least get appraisal that they're going to pay for, the residents themselves. And then again, if the discrepancy is that large, I would ask for permission, so we don't have to have another meeting, that I can order the third appraisal by the same person that came in with the bid on the FEMA program that we approved last time. And then if that comes in, then the state can make a situation, we can sign those, and then all the federal contracts will be done, and we can move on to approving the asbestos surveys and the abstracts. So if somebody would like to make a motion that would be able to reopen the already signed contracts to let the residents go and get a second appraisal on their homes. Like a motion if that,
That's at their cost, right?
at their cost, the second appraisal is at their cost.
Make the motion.
Motion by Jim,
Second.
second by Rich. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. I'm also asking for a motion to be able to go out and hire Paul and Dell for the bid price that we received before for a third appraisal, only if the appraisal is substantially higher, and that is at the cost of FEMA buyout program. They will reimburse us for the third appraisal.
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Jim. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Board approval for approval of the RFP quotes for the abstract company. We got in 3 quotes for the abstract company. I'm actually going to give those to Herb and just have him reviewed it, and then we can come back. 3 companies came in. Leather Stocking Abstract came in, Advantage Abstract, and Allied also came in with quotes. So I'm just gonna have Herb review those quick, and then we can make a decision on which one we want to go with. There you go.
Does FEMA pay for that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep. All these are paid for by
Right.
FEMA. There's no cost to us.
right.
Did we use any of those before, Paul, for any of the other?
No, because these are just abstract companies.
Correct.
This is the first time I've done this.
I know all 3 of them personally, so I won't vote, but they're all good, reputable companies. So.
If you need a motion, I'll make it.
So
We have to,
yeah, he's got to pick which one I guess that he feels that are the best. I didn't want to do it because I deal with those guys every day.
yeah, it looks like Leather Stocking was $500 for a typed abstract of title. I see that Allied was $425, and it looks like Advantage was $495. So it looks like Allied at $425 was the least expensive. County tax search, $22 from Leather Stocking, $25 from Allied, and I don't see a breakout. Advantage was 20. Water rent search, Advantage 25, 27.50 from Leather Stocking, 30 from Allied. I mean, it looks like Allied's probably based on the 425 being $75 less than the other two are probably the lowest. At
Didn't we
least on
use
the
them once
abstract.
before? I think we did, for something. I don't remember what it was. I think we used them before.
I mean, the searches vary $5 or $10, but the difference in the abstract itself, Allied $75 less than Leather Stocking, and they're 70 less than Advantage. So my suggestion would be that you go with Allied because they appear to be the lowest.
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Jim, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain. Does that work with you? Right?
Yeah.
Good?
Yep.
Okay. So I can sign the contract
Yep.
for Ally? Okay. The board approved the RFPs, the asbestos removal quotes. We only got one in so far from Bartle and Judas. There's two other companies that said they wouldn't be able to get them in tonight, but they will by the next meeting, so, we can move forward with that, but at least we could set up the abstracts with the owners, so. So we'll bring that back next meeting. Okay, had a discussion, with the auditors, and, as you know now, we got our new website up. There's electronic bidding, that we're able to do on there. In fact, I put it up for the abstracts, which I did not use to generate these. These here were actually sent to us, for the RFPs, but it is a functional working bidding online, service. On that bidding service now, it'll also show all the people that bid in the process. So, there's more people can see who's bidding and who's not on them. It just pretty much works for more, I guess, transparency per se. I mean, it's easier to maintain and work on. We could definitely use it now for RFPs. I was looking at the procurement policy, and I have to have the response letter in by the 20th. I wrote up, if you guys have it, the procurement policy. Also, I added in there too about procurement. And I put in here, the town will electronically accept bids and RFPs through the town of New Hartford's website at the www.townnewhartfordny.gov. In the comptroller's information on that, we have to have something in our procurement policy about accepting electronic bidding. Other areas are doing it, towns, and again, the website provider that we have, they've been doing it now for multiple years. It's efficient. Actually, what's a great thing for it is also that vendors and providers can go on there and sign up to get notifications. So say right now, perfect example, somebody just called up today and said, do you guys do tree removal service? Do you guys ever need it? I said, yeah. I said, we don't have any bids open right now, but if you go on our website, and he went on there and filled out all his information, now, it's there. So if Rick would get a tree service job, I could just go on there and set it up for RFP, and all those people are gonna get a notification on their cell phone or their email, so they can bid on the project, and also we still put it in the paper and do all that, But this is just an extra thing that people will get notification when there are, processes, and it makes it a lot easier. When we go out right now, like, we have established people that already put in RFPs for abstracts, just for say, we're gonna have to go back out again now for the state end of it. So at this point, we could just put it in the internet on our webpage, it'll automatically send all these people notifications, they can rebid. So,
It's a good idea.
yeah, I just think it's just an added benefit, again, to bidders, to our town and residents. And then also too, what's nice is you get to see a plan on there of all the people that bid and went on there and bid for the project. So people know, and all the information's on there, and it's all categorized, and it gets emailed right to the town clerk's office, and also gets emailed to the supervisor's office, for RFPs. Now, for the bidding process, I found out that what we do for that is, if it's a bid for like, going out for major services, it's time clocked. So nobody can open and no one sees anything. So what happens is, the bids go in, people put their bids in, and then at 12:59 at that day, it opens up, it actually will email to us. And since we don't host the server here, none of the information is on our servers to be held here, so, there's no way to get into it to see it. So that's something that other municipalities have put on their site. I called the vendor today, and he does do that already. He says it's compatible and it's okay with, with state, officials and everything like that. So, in doing that, at least so we can at least put our RFPs up now, online, I'd like, if we can, to list that in a procurement policy that we can do that. And then also too, I put together a bunch of other guidelines that I came up with and added the credit cards for me and the chief on the credit card. I even added that in here in the procurement policy too, and put all the information in there. So if you guys wanna, review that, maybe by the next meeting, and, her can,
Yeah, let me look. Did we adopt the procurement pursuant to a local law, or was that just a resolution? Okay.
but what I would like to do is, if it's all right again with you guys, is that for our response to the comptroller, I would like to add in there that two of the ways that we're doing was we went through and redid our procurement policy, and that we also have online bidding now with secured features and actually show them what we're doing. So if they have an issue, he says he will go up there and check it for me and make sure that it's good. And if it is, then, that would be ways to show how we're gonna take care of issues, that can come around, so. All right, so I guess tonight, the only thing I'm really asking for is if we can just add, at this point, just add the e-procurement policy, that's guideline number 10. And then if you guys wanna go through and review the other ones, and if you have any input to it, go ahead and go with it, or if we have changes, we'll make changes on the next meeting, so.
Would a bidder or an RFP respondent still have to provide a hard copy? We
For
would have
the-
to have something at some point.
Yeah, so the RFPs, they don't, for the bids, they do. So for a real true bid,
Right.
say, going out, that no one sees what the bid is, that, yes, they have to do the same process through Gail, it doesn't affect her office. The RFP section is, that like right now, Carol's been calling all week for different
Right.
people, trying to get a hold of somebody. This way here, they're already set up in the system, we just go on and put the bid, they're gonna automatically be notified in their email, they're gonna send it back. And again, those are gonna be right online that people can review.
And it's still in the
automatically.
newspaper.
It's, well, the RFPs aren't now anyway for professional services.
Oh, right, okay.
So I don't have to do that for RFPs. In fact, we don't even have to put it online the way, we could just call them, but I just think this is a better process,
No,
so
it
then
is.
everybody feels it's fair.
Yeah. it is.
Again, the tree cutter that just called me today,
Right, perfect.
he goes and logs on, next time there's a bid,
Anytime a vendor calls, tell them what to do.
that's what I've been doing. So everybody will go to the site, log in, set up a user account with all their information, federal ID, everything will have it, that they're legitimate, and then, they still have to show proof that they are and all that, but.
Insurance.
So again, I'm just asking if we're able to go and put that online, and again, no effect on Gail's, she's still gonna do everything the same she did. This is just for me and Carol upstairs for RFPs at this point, and then down the road, if we wanna go and, do a full-fledged bid on there, they would still come and do everything with Gail, but they're able to input it online so people could see who's bidding and what they're doing, so.
So then they would submit their bid security, how?
Same way.
Same way as,
A bond?
yeah,
That would have to, do they?
well, there's, on there, there's like,
Or-
well, there's little, so you put your information in, and then underneath is, there's attachments. So they would just scan their bond, and they put an attachment, but now once that's done, it'll automatically be emailed to you, and you will have it. So really, everything could be done right on there, most towns, but we'll move into that direction. But this here is just, right now, I just wanna use it for the small RFPs that we're doing every night, going out. And then the actual bidding, I'll sit down with Gail, I'll sit down with Rick, you know, and we'll come up with a plan, and then we'll implement it however it works best, you know, that's all. But the RFPs is really for Carol and myself, because we've been calling people, trying to get them to, you know, to bid on stuff, and it's really a hassle, because, you know, you get somebody that's really not in that department, or whatever it might be, and it's, you know, if we can log everybody, we'll have them forever. So, and then everybody could go see who's bidding.
Right.
Because somebody might go and say, oh, look, no one's bidding on this RFP.
Right.
I'll go bid it because I'm automatically gonna get it, you know, or something like that. So, you know, and they could just upload everything, and then all the documents will be online for everybody to see. You know, and then if you guys even wanna go at night and check it out and see what's going on, you can just go and see everything that's happening, so. So I guess the only thing I'm asking for is if you look at guideline, number 10, e-procurement, the town will electronically accept bids and RFPs through the Town of New Hartford website, www.townofnewhartfordny.gov.
Need a motion?
Okay.
So moved.
Motion by Dave, second by Phil, discussion? All in favor? Aye. And then if you guys, for the next meeting, I'd like to get this attached, you know, with our response, all right, thanks. Okay, Joe Booth's car, transmission issues, the front had some issues with the, I forget the name of it, but, I don't know, he had problems with his truck, it's pretty much shot, the transmission rusted right through, I mean, there was no way using it, so this morning he called me, Chief had, and then, one of the police cars that were over there, and he's gonna donate it to Joe. In fact, Joe's in it now. I thought about just doing mileage, but Joe drives way too much for mileage than it was worth. It would be costing us too much money. So, Chief wanted to surplus 2014 Ford Taurus Police Interceptor as surplus for him to donate to the code department. So, if I can have a motion to do that.
I move it.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Phil. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. And then the next thing is, I'd like to surplus Joe's codes vehicle. I don't have the year because I didn't get it yet.
2008,
Was it 2008?
yes.
2008, what was it, Escape?
Ford Escape.
Ford Escape. Surplus that vehicle and the proceeds that go from that vehicle to be given to the police department. Is that okay to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do not want to ask if Ford Escape fixed that?
No.
Because they came to me this morning and I believe parts have been ordered. So all this transpired after.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's way too, because the word I was looking for, rack and pinion steering shot.
Well, they just told me it was a transmission pump.
Oh,
And they were
okay.
looking at the transmission housing to see if they put the pump back in, if the housing was pitted. And they're supposed to get back to me.
I think it's time to let it go down the road.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's
Yeah.
rough, plus the police car that he has now is just in a little better shape and it's all-wheel drive, so.
Definitely. Okay.
And then we could sell it and then police could use the funds for,
Okay.
but, I don't know, it's pretty worn.
Yep.
I don't wanna put any more money in that,
No.
but,
I got something, Dale. We have another item there. So we have another item before us.
Well, before we move off of that, can we return the funds to the police department, or doesn't it have to go into general fund?
well, actually, that's a
It
question.
would have to be a transfer.
Okay.
It has to go in general fund though, right, first? Or, I don't know, I'm just asking. No?
I don't know.
I'd have to look at.
All right, we'll let him review that,
Let me go look at it.
because Joe's department has no use for the funds from the truck.
No, I wouldn't, no, I don't know.
Right.
It goes in the general fund, I would
I
assume,
would
but
think it,
I
you
don't
can't
wanna,
return it to the police
right,
department.
I don't wanna say that without having
Right.
checked it.
I don't know. I
Okay.
just
That would be
raised the
my
question.
guess,
Like the general fund, though.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I think we should check before we do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying, so we transferred the car, the surplus from the police department, for Joe to have a vehicle that's safe and done with. That's it. So let's figure out what to do with the truck, and we'll say next meeting, is that fair enough?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just kind of thinking about it. I mean, it's surplus, sale of equipment
Right.
for the police. So, that money is just gonna be going back there, so I don't see it as an issue. But let me look
Okay,
into it.
yeah, well, that's fine, all right, so next meeting, then we'll go over that and see where the money goes. And then will Rick put it on Auction International? then? Okay. At this point, should we approve for him at least to put the truck on Auction International now?
I move
Is
it.
that okay? Okay. So, motion by Rich, second by Phil, discussion. All in favor? Aye. So you put that on auction? Okay, perfect. All right, good. All right, the last thing that I had was just a executive session, a potential certiorari to be discussed.
You have to be specific,
Oh, okay, so,
you can't just generally, I don't know, is that the one we met on?
yeah, so,
No, you can
Okay.
say, because they've come to us and indicated they are commencing a tax certiorari.
okay. So it's at the at-home plaza, new at-home plaza.
The one that's not even there yet.
Right, we're in the process of constructing it.
Right. Oh, you want me to do
Yeah.
that?
We have the court clerk, we needed to put a price on that. We did approve Stephen Duran at the last meeting, and it looks like the salary should be $10.30. I'll make that motion.
Commencing when?
Is the date?
Is there a date?
Start date's 2/18/18, $10.30.
How many hours?
Part-time. It doesn't say, but I believe this is for the 7,500 that was put in the budget.
Yeah, it was a match.
So maximum of 7,500.
I'll second it.
Motion by Rich, second by Dave. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Here's the gal. Thank you. Another thing I wanted to bring up was the Kohl's. I spoke with Kohl's. I have a letter here from Kohl's department store that they're willing to release the lease restriction that's currently on the Gander Mountain. So we finally got confirmation. They're also willing to work a deal with us if we put a sign on the highway. We can put a sign up for the town of Hartford and Kohl's at their cost. So I know we have a sign up further, and I think they're actually putting one for the hotels. So it might work together as for the shopping center.
Paul, that's my concern. As I read this, it says that we're responsible for obtaining approvals and permits. Further, the township will be solely responsible for all costs related to construction of the pylon sign and removal of requested trees.
The trees the trees are actually in the right of way that are up there.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that,
Yeah.
but are we paying to put up?
We're not paying to put up the sign, no, they're paying for the sign and the
That's your understanding in there, they want us to pay for it?
Yeah, I'm not signing nothing now, but that's,
That's the way it reads to me.
yeah, no, but I'm gonna call them, I'm saying,
Right.
I talked to
Okay.
Lindsay again, and they're paying for the sign,
Oh, good.
but we're getting the trees removed and in the right of way that are.
Oh,
there.
good,
So-
okay, because
So that
that's
was
the only
okay.
thing that bothered me when I read it.
So we want that changed. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so again, this isn't official, I'm not signing anything, but this is what we got from them, so we would have a sign next to theirs on the highway for where the entrance would be here, as you see on the map. and we would take down these trees that were here in the right-of-way area, would be taken down and the sign would go up.
And they would have to sign a permit application if the sign is actually going on their property.
Right,
Okay,
yep,
good.
yep.
Then I'm fine with it.
Yep, she'll rewrite it. She'll rewrite it. This was the first one that they did, and then we spoke, in fact, we spoke this afternoon at 3 o'clock, so.
I think that's excellent. I think that's a home run.
But,
I'd throw this, as Joe, codes looked at this in terms of the sign.
I bring it to you guys first, and then I go to
Right.
department heads.
Yeah.
So I just, if you guys think they were on the right track, as long as they pay for the sign,
Yeah.
then I bring it to the department head, because if you guys don't like it, no sense in even wasting
Yeah.
time, right? So,
I just wonder how it affects the sign ordinances.
Who's right away?
huh?
Whose right away is that gonna be on? Or where the trees have to be clear? Is that
It's-
840 or?
Yeah, it's on
840?
840. You know where the sign is, where it says the hotel, where, I forget where it was. You know where the signs are supposed to go, they're gonna put the new hotel, they want a sign up there too. You know, like the throughway's got the sign that says, 14 miles, there's an
Yes.
Olive Garden. It's the same kind of thing. It's gonna say Coles, Town of Hartford, or whatever, get off the exit ramp next to you,
Okay.
so.
Is that the state right away?
So it would be a state subscribed sign? In other words, I know the state doesn't want signs and billboards on 840, at least that's my understanding.
Yeah,
But let's let's see what happens.
all right, well, let me call them, and like I said, if we can make it work, and it's no cost to us, then, we'll go from there, so. But, again, no cost to us. But are you guys, are you okay with that, if that's the agreement, if the state would say okay to it?
And it passes muster with your sign ordinance.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Okay. All right, that's it. And just the certiorari for discussion on the at-home plaza.
Right. Based upon the correspondence from Attorney Kevin Rowe, who is representing At Home and has indicated they're commencing a tax certiorari procedure.
Make a motion to go into executive session.
There's 2 items. The contract for the,
Oh, you look them over, and then we'll come back.
I haven't seen it. Where are
The
they?
ones that I took them. I took them down.
These are the ones you sent to me earlier?
yes,
Oh, I've already seen them. Okay.
yes.
Yeah. Do I do an hour after we come back?
You're not gonna be long, I'll wait.
All right, let's do this.
Do them, yeah,
Yeah,
because
do
I've
them
already
first.
reviewed them.
Okay, Rick, as you know, we're gonna be doing the leaves this summer, with the compactor trucks. Before, Rick had them behind his office. They were piled up. He had to drop them there, in the brush. Then they took it from there and they took it out of there, so they picked it up 2 or 3 times, correct, Rick? Am I saying it right? So what Rick did was negotiate a deal with Oneida County Waste Authority to actually bring them directly down there. So it'd be a cost savings to us to not have to touch them 3 times. Plus now with the trucks that we're gonna be getting, it's gonna be easier to bring them down there. We're gonna be able to bring more at one time. So Rick negotiated that, and there's the contracts here to do that. It's a 10-year program in solid waste that we bring our stuff right down there. So we would have any DEC issues, right, currently?
That also covers when we take the trash from the Parks Department,
Mhm.
down to them.
And the trash from our
The trash from our pickups, that covers all, that contract covers all of that.
So,
I'll move that.
motion by Rich, second by Phil, discussion.
what's the cost?
The cost is the tonnage, per ton.
So we save because we're gonna be able to take less trips and handle the product only once.
Right, that's the key, is because again, he puts it behind his thing.
No, I agree.
Then he
It's
pays to
crazy.
get it, because he pays what, 25,000 just to chip that stuff?
Just to chip it up once a year,
No,
I
I
pay
know.
25,000
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a chipper to come in and chip it.
Plus, all the guys moving it twice, and not only that, then DEC's after them all the time, because it gets
Gotta be clear.
overdone, and,
I know, I've
Okay.
seen it. It's a
Green
mess.
waste,
So-
the tipping fee on green waste is cheap, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah,
it's cheaper.
yeah, and plus we get a discount anyway for being,
Municipality.
yeah. So, and then not only that, down the road, behind there, actually, there's a grant with NYSERDA, not to bring it in, but there's a solar grant, if we did solar back there for municipality, it wouldn't have any electric bill down there. So we might be able to use that land for a little better than just a dump site, so, for leaves, you know.
Let's do it.
All right. So,
And the other thing is the temporary help.
yeah, I'm gonna bring that up.
Okay.
I got a motion by Rich, second by Phil, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Second thing is, we have the summer help, that we budgeted for last year. I think we got $4,500, $4,200 in there.
50,000. 50,000's in for summer help.
Right, I'm talking about hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, so we have the summer help for next year for, again, leaf pickup, for garbage pickup, for just helping out at DPW. There's programs like Work Ready and different things. Again, as long as it abides by municipality law, which we'll have to look into. Looking maybe if we can go to them to try to find summer help to do that. I know they got great movers and stuff. I've used them before. We send some good guys over to do moving, different things. They pay for everything, all the workers' comp. They just give you one flat price, and they pay all the benefits. They pay everything. They do the payroll.
They're covered under their workers' comp?
They're covered under workers' comp. They're covered under their own everything that they have. And then they just send you part-time workers. And then they have a program too, if a guy works out good, then, you know, you could keep him long-term if you like or something, and then they still take some of this pay going forward. But in saying that, if you guys want, is it okay, maybe Rick can look into that, again, as long as it applies to municipal law, that we go that route, it might be a way to do it, because I don't know how we're gonna find that much summer help just putting it in the paper, nobody really reads much of the paper, so.
We did call the county, and the county did and does use same type of a program already.
Right,
So we're waiting for them to call back, let us know what agency they use,
okay,
and it's okay with civil service law. We're just waiting for them to get back to us.
well, the county does it, because actually they work with the Department of Social Services, because
Right.
a lot of the people that are there, they put them in work training programs to try to get them jobs. So that's a county program anyway, but I think that's the county one that does that, right? There's another one,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I guess,
they're okay with it.
okay. But if you wanna give Rick permission, I guess, to go out and make
Yes.
sure everything's right, then let him go out and do it. All right, I don't think you need a vote for it, do you?
No.
No? Okay. Good, great, all right.
Motion again for going into executive session.
All right, motion by Jim, second by Dave. All, discussion, all in favor? Aye. Nay. Thank you. I just wanted to bring up, the Birdstone Energy Center versus the town of New Hartford, filed a stipulation of discontinuance, so that's all done. Okay, I have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Motion by Jim, second by Phil, discussion. All in favor? Aye. Thanks, everybody.